Hi guys, we are here again for another Family History in 5 minutes. Today, because it is Pioneer Day this week on July 24th, I'm going to show you a cool thing that you can do to see if you have any pioneer ancestors. Now, I know that not everyone is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but if you have your tree on FamilySearch, you might connect to someone who was a Mormon pioneer. So I'm going to show you how to do that and see what you can find out in 5 minutes or less. Okay, so the only way I could find to get to this page is by typing in familysearch.org/campaign/pioneers. Okay, you can probably find it on the FamilySearch blog. They probably have a post about it. But if you just know that address, you can get to it pretty easily. Okay, so FamilySearch then scans through your tree and finds up to 20 relatives who were Mormon pioneers. So you can just cycle through and look through all of them. You can see their name, how long they lived, view their photos and stories. That takes you to their memory page. You can view your relationship to them. You can also see what company they traveled with, and we'll go back to that in a second. You can see where they departed from. So this was just for their last little leg of the trip. I know that some of these joined the church in Nauvoo or before then, so they obviously traveled to Iowa from there, and then their last leg of the trip, it shows when they departed. Okay, it says what their age was, how long they traveled for, and that they traveled with a wagon company. Okay, so you can also take a look at this map down here that kind of shows you a timeline of their life and other things that happened when the church was restored in 1830, the Oregon Trail migration, the first pioneers that arrived in Salt Lake, when the railroad was completed. Okay, just kind of a little timeline of their life down there. But the cool thing that I think is neat is you can click on what wagon company they traveled with. So she traveled with the Benjamin Gardner Company. So if you click on that, this shows you some information about that party, that company that they all traveled with. So this was 241 individuals, 45 wagons. Okay, they began at Canesville, Iowa, which is present-day Council Bluffs, which is just by Omaha, Nebraska, winter quarters there. You can see some sources, so there's like journals from people. If you just click on this, you can read about this Benjamin Gardner, some information from their travel. They list off some people who died along the way, and you can just really get to know the people that traveled in that company with your ancestor, which is super cool. There's also some biographies, just different things that you can browse through. It also tells like what type. They were a wagon company, a church train, not really sure what that means. Westbound direction, okay, they were going to Zion in Salt Lake. Departure, 2nd of June, 2nd to the 10th of June, 1852, where they departed from, and then when they arrived in the Salt Lake Valley, and who their captain was. Okay, you can also submit additional information. Maybe your ancestor was a member of this company and they have a biography or something. You could submit that there. Another cool thing is you can see the individuals in this company. So you can look through and find your ancestor that was in there and maybe just see what other families traveled with them, and see how you're related to them, see if there's other families that are in there that were part of your family or whatever you want. You can go back here and you can just look through all of your different ancestors. I'm pretty lucky. I have, my grandpa, he descended from pioneers. So I really just have one out of 4 of my grandparents who was from Mormon Pioneer blood. You might not have any, but you might have a whole bunch. But this just shows up to 20, I believe. Yeah, so you can just browse through those, learn about your pioneer ancestors. I really like looking at their pictures and viewing their stories. Sometimes your ancestors, especially Mormon Pioneer ancestors, they tend to have a lot more information in FamilySearch than others. Okay, these ones have some stories. The hard winter, that was once they were in the Salt Lake Valley. but you can just learn a lot about them. Okay, so that was just a few minutes that we spent taking a look at that, but you can obviously spend more time learning about your Mormon Pioneer ancestors and connecting with them. I know that as you learn about your ancestors, you can connect to them and feel their strength. So try that out. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And I'd love to see your Mormon Pioneer ancestors. If you share that on social media, be sure to tag me so that I can check it out. If you want to learn more about using FamilySearch and connecting with your ancestors there, be sure to sign up for my free 5-day Getting Started in FamilySearch challenge. Just go to moderngenealogy.ca/free challenge. I'll put the link in the description here, and I'd love for you to try that out.